loneliness, but also like older people who have no family, who are kind of by themselves, who live in nursing homes and stuff like that, and don't have visitors. Like there is a need for that, but it's just really sad because we're all kind of becoming
Right.
a little bit more insulated in our bubbles, and the tech is adapting to it, and it feels like we're just. I mean, we already are in a dystopia in many ways, but it just feels so much more dystopian. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think the someone else, another company brought up the senior citizen thing that you brought up with, where like seniors are obviously get lonely and they don't have people to talk to, and that's where the AI companions could help them out. But I just think it's not like the point isn't to trick people into thinking they're having some sort of companionship. Like that's not the answer. Like I'm sorry, AI companions are not actual companions.
Right.
They're a product that is meant to simulate it. It's not the equivalent. It's not even like that dog robot where like a senior with dementia can't take care of a real pet, but they still want to pet something, because that's like the point is to talk to someone about your life or what's on your mind or what you're going through, and then having them give you some sort of reassurance or that they're going through the same thing, some sort of human connection. That's the point. And there's no human connection with an AI companion.
Damn. Oh, on a lighter note, I gotta pull up the super chat. I did not see this. Anita Bryant.
Oh, you didn't know this?
70s
Oh yeah, we got to do a crab dance. Yeah,
70s singer and anti-LGBTQ activist that got pied in the face for being a bigot passed away last month. Kind of feeling happy, not gonna lie. Let's go. I didn't hear about this. Thank you for sharing the good news. Rest in piss. Love that. Fuck
It was
yeah.
all over the news, but I feel like a lot of leftists didn't talk about it. So.
Oh my god, I totally missed that. Oh, that's really encouraging. I mean, she was 1,000 years old, and one of her granddaughters was a lesbian. So, the Lord punished her in multiple ways for being a bigoted prick. So, love to see that. Glad she's dead. Rest in piss, queen.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know who she is, she was a big anti-LGBTQ plus activist her entire life, who basically tried to huge advocate for conversion therapy, didn't think gay people were real, thought it was a fad, thought people could move through it, advocated for anti-gay laws in a lot of different states. Didn't pass in California. I think she lost that battle. But her heart filled with so much hate that it exploded, and that's what killed her.
She was the J.K. Rowling of her time.
She was 100%. She was the J.K.
Very
Rowling.
Prominent. Yeah, very, very prominent.
As talented too.
Talented at dying.
Ariana, I don't think your mic or your headphones are the selected inputs.
Yes.
Basically, we hear everything going on in your room right now. Every keystroke you just did.
Okay, let me go on mute because my mic is whack like that. So I'm just gonna go on mute.
If you just typed in your password, we know exactly what keys you hit, and we're gonna be logging into all your.
And we heard what you uttered under your breath, Ariana. FYI, we heard that.
Right. We heard you quietly mourning Anita Bryant for a second before quickly pivoting.
And saying a slur.
Okay, Matt, you're the one reporting on electric salty spoons. So
I am correct.
We're gonna talk about
that's gonna save obesity.
Doing. Let's talk about what you're doing.
Hell yeah.
That pissed me off.
Hey, I have to address this,
or just
Troy.
The electric salty spoon.
But you are not glad she is dead. Come on, no. Don't tell me that I'm not glad she's dead. That literally just made my mood. I'm very happy that she's dead. So don't tell me how to feel or you're homophobic.
I think it's fine to say. Listen, there's a huge difference.
Hey, it's true. It's science, okay? We don't make up the rules.
Literally.
Mike is 100% right.
I get to use that whenever I want, and it's true 100% of the time. So
there's a huge difference between saying I wish someone died and that
I want them assassinated or killed.
Yeah,
or
that's exactly it.
Yeah.
Like Mike didn't say she should die or that she wanted her.
I would have
killed.
said it if she were still alive, but the fact that she's already dead, I'm allowed to be happy about that. Yeah.
But if someone already dies, then I think you can feel how you'd like. It doesn't matter. You didn't cause it. You didn't do anything to do with it. They're not hearing you.
Right.
Or did you have something to do with it, Mike?
I did not actually. I have an alibi, so
gotta make sure.
Yeah.
Likely story.
Personally, I haven't thought of Anita Bryant in a long time, so I have no reaction to her dying.
Yeah, I forgot she existed.
She's she's not like she died young or anything either. 84 years old.
Yeah, she lived a long life, long enough to see her grandchildren come out of the closet, which is awesome. Kudos to her grandchildren.
I will say I looked up her Wikipedia just to get some more information about her, and I had no idea that in Jimmy Buffett's Mañana song, one of the lyrics is, "I hope Anita Bryant never ever does one of my songs," which makes me really like Jimmy Buffett.
Good job, Jimmy. All right.
If you want to pull up the video of her getting pied in the face, it's so funny because she gets pied in the face and then she starts crying and then praying, and she tries to play it off, but genuinely she's completely shook because she just got pied in the face and didn't expect it. So, let me try to find it. I don't know if it's available.
Oh, it'll be on YouTube.
It's very, very good. Let's see. My face. And so I think it's important because that clip, you talk about LGBTQ activism today, and everybody's like, oh my God, they're so extreme and aggressive. No, you haven't seen the LGBTQ activism of our predecessors. They did not fuck around.
She was the Harvey Milk era.
Right.
Let on the street. Yeah, I mean, I could directly answer the person who's saying we're all fake fuckers who pretend to care about life. It's people like her that literally endorse the torture and in some cases, accelerate the suicide of children by treating them cruelly and not letting them live their lives. They're horrifying monsters. And if they can't be around anymore to hurt more people, that's a good thing. I also, celebrate when other fucking vile human beings don't exist on the planet anymore because they can't keep hurting people. If you're a good person and you've dedicated your life to trying to improve not only the lives of others, but the human condition, then of course I'll be devastated to see you go. But this was just someone who made other people's lives bad. She was a bad person.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Because if you don't flaunt it, who's going to know you're homosexual or not, you see? But
just to pause it, we actually have, there's a mechanism in our brain to where as soon as we see somebody, we can tell that they're homosexual, so we don't have to actually flaunt it. She doesn't know.
Wanted to do was to flaunt it and to not lose their jobs because of it. If we were going to go on a crusade across the nation and try to do away with the homosexuals, then we certainly would have done it on June the 8th after one of the most overwhelming victories in the country. But we didn't. We tried to avoid it and went into a place called Norfolk, Virginia, and were met with protest and all kinds of problems. And every...
No, let him stay.
No.
Let him stay.
Well, at least it's a fruit pie.
At least it's a fruit pie.
Let's pray for him right now. Anita, let's pray. Anita, why don't you pray? That's all right.
Listen to the prayer because she starts
Father,
breaking down during the
we want
prayer.
to
It's
thank
so
you
funny.
for the opportunity of coming to the morning. And Father, I want to ask that you forgive him.
Yeah, we love him.
And that we love him. And that we're praying for him.
Yeah.
To be delivered from his deviant lifestyle, Father. And I just...
I'm not bothered. Then she starts crying.
We forgive you, and we love you.
Thank you. Could we ask you to leave?
I don't want this man touched or harmed in any way.
Custard!
You have done your cause more harm.
Thus always to bigots.
Do you know who's here?
Thus always to
You
bigots.
know who saw you do
We
that?
welcome you to the Midwest. We hope you come back.
Do you know who saw you do that?
Love you as a person.
This man is from Rolling Stone magazine.
We love
Do you know
as a
what kind of
person,
publicity
Anita.
you're going to
We
get?
can't stand the garbage you spout.
Yeah, and Rolling Stone magazine ceased to exist
Leave him alone.
after
Yeah.
that.
And that man was lionized.
They were taken down. No more Rolling Stone. They're
No,
gone.
David's face was killing me. It was so monotone.
That was a modern Luigi or a Luigi Mangione of his time. That guy.
No.
No,
Yeah.
that was a
No.
there's been people pine
Luigi
people
Light.
in the face for years.
He was a
generations.
Waluigi.
Luigi from
It
Timu.
was a Waluigi.
That's a famous
Luigi
that's a-
from Team.
That dude is probably a turf now or something. I have no idea.
the guy who did the
No, we
pie in
don't
the
know.
face.
Yeah, we don't know. For all we know, he is totally cool, and he is on the right side of history. He's not a Zionist or anything. He's a badass. He pied Anita Bryant. So yeah, that was That was very funny.
Mike was more worried about his little joke about the pie guy being a TERF than he was about saying he was happy.
Look,
he's dead.
you can never be too sure, right? You can never be too sure. It's like whenever you see somebody from the 70s or 80s, it's like I wonder like where they're at now and how demonic they are as a person.
If they're British, there's a high percentage. If they're like some old British legend, that you grew up loving, you're like, oh, John Cleese, Monty Python, just geniuses at the art. And then all of a sudden it's like, why did you? That sucks. That sucks.
Although the Spice Girls are actually very pro-trans, which I was encouraged to see because I was very big on the Spice Girls as a child. They might have actually made me gay.
Probably for other reasons.
Yeah, they might have made me gay. So to know that they're not anti-trans is very reassuring. Everybody else in the UK though is just transphobic. So.
Except for the Spice Girls.
Except for the Spice Girls, yeah, and Hermione and
Oh, true, and Potter too.
Yeah, Harry Potter. I can't think of his real name. Dennis?
His real name's Harry Potter.
That works for me. You know what's funny? Speaking of Harry Potter, when I was a kid, and this was through my evangelical phase, I had glasses that looked like Harry Potter, and I combed my hair down that looked like Harry Potter kind of. And I was at the store, and this lady was like, has anyone ever told you that you look like Harry Potter? And I was fucking appalled because during my evangelical phase, she basically just told me I look like a demon. That's satanic. That's witchcraft. So I went home and I told my mom. Mike. I'm like, Mom, do I look like Harry Potter?
Daniel
like,
Radcliffe.
No.
We should say his name. Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah,
Daniel Radcliffe.
He is awesome. He deserves to have his name known.
Yeah, he's actually a good actor. Apart from
and he seems like a good dude. Yeah.
Right. No, genuinely a good guy. No disrespect whatsoever. Yeah, we'll say his name. But yeah. Oh, I just yanked out my headphone. Yeah. So that was a nice little hopium. Thank you to whoever sent that super chat to let us know about Anita Bryant dying. Any other deaths that were good that you all want to share?
This is what Mike lives for. Other people dying.
Open up the daily obituaries. Like, what do we got today?
Look up all of their histories. Oh, you piece of shit. Good, you're dead.
See the name, cross-reference that with their Facebook post history. Oh, I see what you did. I can be happy about this. No, I'm not that demented, I promise. A little bit, but not that demented. Yeah, so how do we feel about Trump getting inaugurated soon, folks? We excited?
Oh my God. Anything good to talk about? I was enjoying the CES conversations. Like, transported to a land of
True.
something different.
You want to know how rotten my brain is? There's like an actual countdown in my head where I wake up and it's like 9 more days, 10 more days. We're on 11 right now, but yeah.
I'm already acting like he's the president.
He kind of already
feels
is,
like he
right?
is.
Pretty much,
might
yeah.
as
To be
well.
quite honest.
Yeah, and he can do one conversation at Mar-a-Lago in the entire world that's just dominated the news cycle. We were talking about, how are you prepared to die on the shores of Greenland, Americans? Is that on the menu? It sounds like for
the anti-war Trump
reason, like
the so-called anti-war Trump going to war with 3 different allies already. Like,
yeah,
it's just
I don't know why he wants Canada and Greenland so badly. Like, I don't understand.
Well,
I think it's more of a negotiating tactic, but
yeah, exactly.
Van Jones defended the Greenland thing and the Canada thing, but for Greenland, apparently there's like
has no haters,
strategic
I'm dead.
value. Yeah, no, exactly. Good point, Arian. I hate him. But for Canada, it just doesn't make any sense why he would antagonize an ally like this. I think he's probably bluffing. Maybe he's like half serious, like he wants it, but
I think he's more serious than not about Greenland because he thinks that Denmark will just sell it to him, which they won't. And also, there's like a lot of indigenous people on there already. There's 56,000 people who live there, and they're actually in the middle of asking for their own independence. So, but like he's doing what he does so well, we're all talking about it. It's like he's going to be able to gut Medicare, Medicaid, and pass the worst shit if all he does the same day is say something completely batshit. Like, today I'm going to nuke the whales to free up Jesus or something. Everyone will be talking about that, and then we'll be like, yeah, well, I mean, I don't know what he did in the background, but I'm definitely thinking about him invading Canada now and invading Mexico and then invading Greenland and all that shit.
That's such a good point, that especially because you brought up privatizing Medicare. So guess who he nominated to be the person who runs the Center for Medicare and Medicaid? Dr. Oz. Coincidentally, Dr. Oz has over $500,000 in stake in United Healthcare. They are the biggest beneficiary of Medicare Advantage plans, which is not to be confused with Medicare. Medicare is our public program. Medicare Advantage is a scam where they basically prey on seniors, get them to buy into Medicare Advantage, don't cover as much benefits as traditional Medicare. And on top of that, they charge the government for more money by diagnosing people with illnesses that they don't actually have. Like, they're literally defrauding the government, and everybody knows it. It's an open secret, but like, politicians don't want to do shit about it because they're getting money from these companies. Insane world we live in. So you're right about Trump basically doing shit like that. We'll all be like focused on Donald Trump, I don't know, like threatening to bomb the UK while Dr. Oz privatizes Medicare. Or I think the main goal is to make Medicare Advantage the default instead of something that you opt into. Because when you turn 65, you have the choice of Medicare with a supplement or Medicare Advantage. Never, ever, ever opt for Medicare Advantage. It was introduced in 1997. You do need a supplement because it doesn't cover everything. Do not get Medicare Advantage. But they're going to try to push that on people because that's how you make a lot more money off of people. It's really fucked up. And it's hard to not get distracted by the things that he does, because, I mean, so many people were joking about the Canada stuff, but like, when you step back and you think about it, it's genuinely insane. He is talking about annexing our neighbor. What? You want to take over Canada? What are we doing? So even if
He
he's
said
joking,
though that he's not going to use military force. So thank you.
But
Trump.
he didn't rule military force out for Greenland. He said he's not taking it off the
not
table.
for Greenland
or
the
Panama.
Panama Canal.
Yeah, or the Panama Canal. Like, fucking.
It's exhausting, and all the Republicans like parrots are like, "Yo,
Yeah,
no, this is great, actually."
Did you see the room full of people around Donald Trump Jr. all in MAGA hats as he's playing the announcement, and they're all like, "Let's take Greenland, let's do it." And I was like, "Fucking, there's gonna be like an army of Joe Rogan fans dying on the shores of fucking Greenland." You're like, it's gonna be the saddest thing in history.
It's so bleak. And I have to, like, I want to go door to door and ask every single person who voted for Donald Trump, hey, do you think this is going to bring down the cost of groceries or inflation or gas? Because you all voted for this guy because, I don't know, vibes or your friends told you that he was going to help bring down costs. What does this have to do with that? If we have Canada, do you think things are going to get better for you? It's not. It'll get worse for Canadians because now they have to start buying healthcare. It's not going to get better for you, though. So it's so frustrating because we're down such a dark timeline. If we could just rewind and go back 10 years, get Bernie elected the first time, we'd be finishing up his second term, and his successor right now would be sworn in, Nina Turner, perhaps. Like, let's live in that timeline. Like, can we go back?
That is powerful wish casting. I want that timeline. I don't think it's likely, but that sounds incredible.
In some dimension, it
President
happened.
Nina Turner in a couple of fucking days. Oh my god.
Listen, somewhere, like, there's infinite timelines, right? That shit's happening. We just happen to be in the worst fucking one with the worst outcome imaginable.
I just got to share this super chat from Bayphoto. Just saw the CNN headline: Trump's quest for Greenland could make Ozempic even more expensive.
What?
You know what?
I don't even...
This is late stage capitalism final boss.
Yeah, there it is.
I mean, if you do think about it, though, if he does buy Canada and Greenland, that's going to be really hard for people that cross the border for diabetes medication and stuff like that.
True.
Yeah.
He can't afford Canada. He. I mean, I don't even think he can afford Greenland. It's all utterly absurd.
I want to ask both of you, the Canadians on the panel. Let's say, like, this isn't going to happen, but hypothetically,
all right,
we take over. You're Americans now. Like, what is your reaction aside from shock?
Find the nearest bridge. I mean, what else am I gonna fucking do? Like,
David's in a mood today.
Yeah.
David's in a mood today.
I don't know. What's a good like fast food chain you have that we don't? I guess I'll go there.
Shake Shack, In-N-Out
Shake
Burger.
Shack. I haven't been there. Sure, I'll go to Shake Shack. I guess.
Shake Shack is good. Quite tasty.
Well, you could go there now. You don't have to be.
You could.
American.
I mean, you could also go to
You don't have to lose your
In-N-Out.
health care.
Well, I won't be
That's
crossing
true.
the border though. It'll be in the country. So.
Oh, that's
Shake
true. It is easier back and forth.
Jack in the Box. Better Taco Bell.
Taco Bell is amazing, honestly. That is what makes me...
Well, better Taco Bell. American Taco Bell.
Wait, did you just say Back in the Box is better Taco Bell?
No, I said better Taco Bell as in Canada's Taco Bell sucks, but the Taco Bells in America.
Wait, I don't know about this. Why is that the case? I don't think I've had Taco Bell in the U.S.
You've never had Taco Bell in the US? Oh, it's infinitely better than Taco Bell.
Oh my god, Mike looks
it's like more fake, like there's more fake shit in it.
Yeah, like the Crunchwrap Supreme has just like extra filth inside of it that makes it tastier. I don't know what the secret ingredient is, but they put in good filth there.
Because like I already feel like shit after eating Taco Bell here. I can't imagine how I'm going to feel after eating it in the US.
Oh, David, we feel like shit. Trust
me, that bridge,
but it's just worth it.
Yeah, but it's for 5 minutes.
Although my closest Taco Bell went to shit. They started cutting labor, so now there's like not enough employees to work. So if you go there, then you have to wait a really long time. And the tweakers that were there before were doing fine. Like this lady that worked there, I was working close at the time. I'm going through the drive-thru, and she's like putting her knee on the window. She's like, "Look at my scab, I fell." And I'm like, "What the fuck?" But I mean, they made the shit amazingly, so I have no complaints there. But like now, there's just all different people, and it's really slow because they cut labor. It's frustrating. So I haven't had Taco Bell in a while, but Taco Bell that's honestly amazing. Like I will shill for Taco Bell. I don't want to hear about their employment practices. Please don't educate me on that. I'm just gonna imagine everything is perfect.
I mean, every fast food place, I'm sure, doesn't have the greatest pay and benefits.
No. I mean, when I was like 16, I started working at Subway and never got a break. So,
I fucking love Subway though. It's really good. I love Subway.
Really?
Oh, dude, that's actually mystery meat for real.
I love Subway. It doesn't matter.
In the fast food chain, it's really low, really low.
Subway is great.
Wait, would you take it over Quiznos?
Oh, I'm not a big Quiznos fan.
Subway's great if you can make your own sandwich. When I used to work there, I would like load it up. I'd put some marinara sauce on it, on whatever is like just the regular sauce. I'd go crazy on the vegetables. If you make your own, it's really good actually. It just depends. Usually when I go to Subway, they put
Subway's fine.
They put so much mayonnaise on it because all the customers demand extra mayonnaise. So if you get like sauce, they are kind of conditioned to drain the bottle on it.
Gotta say, I'm a little bit confused by people who are so shocked I enjoy Subway. Are you new to me? Do you not know how terrible I eat all the time?
Subway's not like the absolute worst.
Yeah, but whatever the absolute worst is, I eat
that their
that
meat
too.
is literally mystery. Or like,
isn't that all meat?
And they had yoga mats in their bread.
Isn't that fast food generally?
Oh,
yeah, but we're talking
Subway,
about like proven.
The Subway bread is one of the biggest draws. You smell that shit from a mile away. It smells so good.
They literally have
the bread
plastic in
smells
their
awful.
bread.
I think they changed their.
You live in New York,
recipe.
Mr. Binder. You have access to the greatest food in the world. You can have so many incredible sandwiches.
They got
in every street corner was
good options there for real sandwiches.
Right, I eat that stuff too, but sometimes you're in the mood for garbage and it tastes beautiful. I love it. It tastes.
What's your order, Matt? I'm curious. As a former sandwich artist myself, I'm just
I guess I don't get anything crazy. I just get the basics. Usually either
6-inch or foot long.
Usually turkey foot long on white with
on
lettuce,
white?
tomato.
Interesting.
With lettuce, I don't get any of the fancy.
Not honey oat or Parmesan herbs and cheese.
No cheese.
Parmesan herb and cheese.
Cheddar,
That's where
Swiss,
it's
pepper
at.
jack, provolone. American.
No cheese. Just turkey on white.
I feel like I'm about to start making your sandwich here.
With lettuce, tomato, pickles, and mayonnaise. And that's it. I'm a simple guy.
Okay.
Simple
Do you
guy.
do salt, pepper, oil, vinegar, Parmesan?
Nope.
No. Oh, that's pretty basic. That's basic as fuck. Damn.
And another sandwich I get there is just the same exact thing, but swap out the turkey with tuna. And that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, now you just lost me.
Tuna.
I love tuna. Tuna is wonderful.
Hold on. I was trying to wrap my brain around how you like Subway, and then you said you like the tuna from Subway.
Tuna from Subway is good.
You're gonna be radioactive in like 5 years. I called it.
Yeah, you're gonna be well preserved. You're definitely gonna last.
Some people would try to do a tuna melt, and they would do tuna and then toast it, and the entire store would smell like straight up fish after that, and I would fucking gag. That is gross.
I never toast anything at Subway. I just feel like
I don't toast anything either. Give it to me raw,
I don't see
baby.
the purpose of doing that.
Their tuna's still gross. I remember there were so many customer complaints one day because I made tuna and it was really dry because I hated mayonnaise, so I just made it how I liked it. There wasn't like a specific amount, and so like every customer complained that it was too dry, and I was like, "Fuck them! They're stupid. That's how it's supposed to be made."
What else?
I was like 18. So
you know what's great right now? McDonald's got the McRib back. Gotta eat the McRib when it's back. The McRib's wonderful. You
Oh,
guys
they
ever
really?
eat it?
God, guys, as the resident
Yeah.
Middle Eastern person, I would like to just say that we're still boycotting McDonald's.
Yes,
Stick
thank
with
you.
the tuna at Subway, Matt, please.
All right, fine. I'll stick with the tuna at Subway. But I did have to get a McRib because that's only here for a limited time. And so
oh, you think you can boycott us? Joke's on you. The
It's
McRib is
not
back,
even
baby.
It's not even a real rib, though. Like,
You know, it's
Of course it's not.
to a rib.
That's why you're at
I-
McDonald's.
No, I don't.
If you want
That's why
real
it's
ribs,
called
you're not
the
going to McDonald's.
McRib.
The McRib.
Listen, I'm under no like it's not like I'm eating this food thinking like it's good for me. I know exactly what I'm eating.
Yes, you're eating as if America has free healthcare, bro. Like, this is crazy.
No, but
I'm
that's my
eating-
point, Matt. You know you're eating junk, but you might as well eat delicious junk. You're choosing like the bottom of the
I am
barrel
eating
here.
delicious junk. Subway
You
sandwiches
live
and
in New York.
McRibs, and they're
But so many other
beautiful. I love
chains,
them.
though. The best food in the world is there. This blows my mind.
Oh,
Go
I
to
eat all the
bodegas.
food. Listen, I eat all the food. It's not like except cheese. I don't eat cheese. Cheese is horrible. Ugh. Oh my god.
Really? I love
Um,
cheese.
But like, listen, I always use this as an example.
I am so
We got the best
perplexed
pizza
by your
places.
palate.
We got the best pizza places in New York. You get the best pizza in New York. There's a number of wonderful pizza places I go to, like real pizzerias.
Like
but also-
Domino's.
But also, no, like real pizzerias.
Panago?
Real pizzerias. No, real ones. Like the
Boston
ones that offer the ones
like
that get like the
Domino's.
best
Don't at me.
pizza awards and things like that. But listen, sometimes you're just in the mood for a fucking Papa John's or Domino's pizza. It is what it is.
See, and you leave out Domino's, but you mentioned Papa John's, the race.
No, he said Domino's.
No, I said Domino's and Papa John's.
Oh, you
No,
did?
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry. I heard
He
Papa
likes
John's.
Papa John's for the racism, but the Domino's for the
I
flavor.
see. I see.
Yeah.
Right.
The racism
I like
makes it
Papa
taste a little
John's
bit
for the
better.
racism
Apparently.
and the Domino's for the. Oh my god, what was the Domino's guy called? The weird guy.
There's a
The-
Domino's
the,
guy?
The Gooner or something. What was his
The
name?
Gooner?
What is
The
name?
Noid? Are you thinking of the Noid? Is that
The Noid,
is
yes.
The Noid?
Oh, that's a
Gooner.
millennial
No, Domino's
throwback.
or that was Panago, wasn't it? I can't remember.
Remember the
The
Noid at all?
Noid, man. I go to Papa John's for
I
the
love how
racism
we
and
have
Domino's for the Noid. The Gooner. I'm
I
gonna start a
love how we
restaurant.
have
I'm gonna
so
start a
many
fast food chain. and
Oh,
have a
that
mascot
guy. I
called
remember
the Gooner.
What were you saying, Ariana?
Avoid the
I love
gooner.
how we have so many pressing issues in the world, and
I
we're
know.
talking about Matt Binder's food palette.
Dietary.
This is our escape from the reality of the world. That's why I'm here personally. I'm here to
Yeah.
escape.
Yeah, did you
Yeah,
also if we're
you're
still
here-
trying to distract ourselves,
If you're here for substantive content, Ariana, shall I show you the directions to the first hour of the Majority Report? Because this show is the 8:30 p.m. morning
No.
zoo. this is like the opening.
Yeah, let me direct you
First
to
of
my
all-
actual videos.
first of all,
This
I
is
don't
the
watch
live stream.
grifters.
Nothing good
I
happens
don't
here.
watch grifters. Okay.
Oh,
Second of all-
shot
Well,
fired.
that was a joke. That was a joke, guys. That was a joke.
Well,
she
being that
wasn't
she brought it
joking.
up-
Get her. No, I'm
being
just
that she
kidding.
being that she brought it up, I guess I should ask, do we have anything any new content to fill our weekly TYT critique
Oh my
segment?
god, Anna! I'm sorry. Anna made
Well,
the
well,
most
Anna's
Oh, we
tweet.
do.
annoying-
I was
Yeah,
joking
yeah.
when I said it. We actually
Ariana
do have
fucking
something
clapped her
more-
today.
Okay,
That was a great
never
response.
mind.
Oh, you
Yeah.
clapped Anna,
Anna, if you see
Ariana?
this, oh,
Mhm.
well, I didn't ratio her, but I did respond to her tweet because it pissed me the fuck off. But since you were joking, we're not going to get into that. It's just same old stuff, you know.
No,
Nothing
yeah,
new.
no.
No, let's
openly,
get into
yeah.
it. We
Well,
want
I am
people-
curious
It
now.
would be really
people
hard
love
for you to
it.
ratio her because she's got like the everything app powers now, like Jank, and she got like 43,000 likes. She basically blamed the California wildfires on like homeless org
Funding.
supporting like funding and saying that there's like miscreants on the street and all the money was wasted and that's why the
What?
fires were raging. Yeah, I know. I was like, I don't know
So-
how you found a way to make this about homeless people, but you did. How? Like, how does your brain
Wow.
do that? Where you're like,
No.
"It's fucking the pores.
We should maybe ask themselves, why are my tweets going
It's
so
actually
viral once the Nazis
diabolical.
took over
Like
Twitter?
diabolical
Isn't that
because
weird?
I'm gonna send a chart. No, literally. I am going to send a chart into the private chat, but I'm going to mute myself so you guys don't hear all of my clicks in the background. But there is literally a chart that shows you how much money is going to every single government, office in LA. And her tweet looks fucking stupid when you actually look at the stats. But let me send it to you right now.
$13 billion to the LAPD. I bet she was okay with that. In the fact that of all the slashes, it went up by $128 million. I bet she didn't have a problem with that one. That one's pretty cute.
Is that not a waste of money that could be directed into many?
And that's why homelessness is solved in LA, right? Because of the cops.
Right. More cops will make it go away. We've learned that for sure.
Fires comply. That's all you can say.
Yeah.
Like the Daily Wire, and like Ben Shapiro, they all started talking about how there's some apparently huge amount of money that got diverted into progressive, woke, pro LGBTQ plus stuff, and they published stories about it, and that's why like all the money was diverted. I ran the numbers. It's about $400,000 went into their progressive policies, and that's after the budget was slashed. So once again, it's a drop in the bucket compared to the like $128 million for the LAPD or whatever their budget increased by. Yeah, it's all a distraction. It's all just nonsense.
David, are you pulling up hers, or do you want me
I see the link now. Okay, I'll bring it.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
You want to read?
So you have to click on the graph.
Why did you just get really quiet?
So that graph shows you everything you need to know.
I can't really read.
Look at that police bar at the top. Police is at the top.
So let me just say the basics. Police is at the top with over 120 million budget every single year. That's without. So in 2023, the city council in LA by 12 to 13 passed a $1 billion budget that was going to get thrown at the police department over the course of 4 years. So this is not that extra money that's going to go into raises and bonuses. This is just their yearly budget. Their yearly budget is over $120 million. But then if you look at the bottom two, the one that's right before the most bottom one is the fire department.
Wow. Seems like that's a bad idea.
Yeah, you don't say.
Wow.
And this notion that, we spent all of our money on nonprofits that help homeless people, this chart is so basic and it completely debunks that, because LA is spending all of their money on police. And this just like scratches the surface. There are a bunch of other bills and things that they've passed that gives them money as well that's outside of this chart in their yearly budget.
But wait, Ariana, I see the civil human rights and equity got negative 76,000, but I thought wokeness was the cause of all the problems. They put all their money into woke, but then that's the woke program, and yet it got slashed. The math don't math. I think this is fake news.
I will say it's always amazing how there's so much funding talk about the police, and you never hear anything about like the fire departments. Like even if they are getting funded, nowhere near as much as the police though. Like think about all the things that the fire department actually covers. Like they cover a large range of general public safety and public service resources in terms of like they don't just fight fires, the electrical issues, any sort of thing that needs any emergency. There's the fire department over to the police usually show up. They cover a range of things, but no one ever talks about what their needs as much as the police.
I have your response to
there's a car accident. The firefighters are the one who come with the what is it, the jaws of life or whatever if necessary. They're the ones who deal with that. They're the ones who do all those things, and you just don't hear about. I mean, I would say the firefighters probably service the city, whatever city they're in,
and they're
way
sexier
more on the daily than police do.
No, I used to work at the Wildfire Safety Operations Center for PG&E, which is it's actually the biggest electric and gas company in this part of the US. And so I used to be their comms operator, and I worked with every single firefighter you can imagine, from the feds who are forestry hotshots to CAL FIRE to local fire. And you are so right, Matt, because most of the times when there's a car accident, the police are just standing there. The cops are the ones that pull up. They're the ones that clean up the blood. They're the ones that, you know, the paramedics with the police, with the fire are the ones who actually attend to the people. Or if someone is having like a nervous mental health breakdown, it's the police and the paramedics that go to help them. Or a cat is stuck in the roof, or there's a call for an old person that's stuck. Like, they do so many. Yes, the firefighters, exactly, the firefighters. Yeah. Sorry if I misspoke, but they do so much work, and the fact that their funding is so
disproportionate,
low, especially for a city like LA, which is so overpopulated, it's really worrisome. It's very disproportionate. At the very least, it could be the same, right? At least that would make sense. But for it to be so much higher than the fire department and the paramedics, that's really sad, and it's super worrisome too, just on a safety perspective.
Yeah, I pulled up your response, as well as Anna's here. CA and especially LA is controlled by Democrats. They are responsible, and we're passing the buck. Our mayor, who was in Ghana as fires exploded in our city, cut the fire budget by 17 million. Endless amounts of money funneled to bullshit, scammer, homeless nonprofits. We're the highest taxed, yet we have encampments and squalor everywhere.
Squalor.
Even worse, we don't have enough firefighters to respond to the absolute disaster we're experiencing right now. Rather than conserve the record rain we got last year, we just drained it into the ocean. We are a failing city run by a sick excuse for a local government. You want to radicalize people against the modern Democratic Party? Send them to LA. And then Ariana clapped back, saying, LOL, never mind the $1 billion extra they approved for police raises and bonuses in 2023. Never mind the millions in increase for police budgeting. Yes, blame it on the nonprofits that help homeless people. Be so fucking for real. Damn, Ariana, good job. I like that.
She makes me mad. She triggers me.
I mean, there's so many complexities around putting out these fires, though, that it's not just one thing. That, like, does she really think the issue is that they don't have enough, like, like the only issue, I should say, they don't have enough water? Like, I'm sure I'm sure water conservation is a huge issue, and I'm sure fighting the fires uses up a lot of water. But there's also the whole issue of getting the water where it needs to be, and it's not like it's not like these fires are happening. Like, if a fire happens in New York City, the fire truck just drive down the street, pull up in front of the building, and put it out. These are fires that are happening in areas where vehicles or people cannot walk up to and just start spraying with a hose. I mean, you see the videos of these aircrafts having to come and drop the water on the fire, which adds another layer of complexity, because the aim for that must be extremely different. Like, you have to be good at doing that specific task and make sure that water is dropped at the exact proper location where it will actually hit the fire. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into this. It's very complex.
In British Columbia, we have a very, very advanced and well-funded firefighting program. And these things, once they get out of control, there's only so much humans can do. Even if you have all of the funding, even if you have the infrastructure, even if you're prepared and you know it's coming, like, at the end of the day, the overlying issue here is climate change. Like, there's nothing that's going to be a larger cause to this problem than that. Everything else would have mitigated it, right? Like, if that billionaire couple hadn't been, using that obscene amount of privatization water resources, probably could have helped. If the firefighters hadn't had their budget slashed, probably could have helped. If people had, extra time to have been getting out, probably could have helped. But that's just mitigating a problem that overwhelmingly is climate change, like, above all. And she doesn't even mention that in it, right? The whole thing is catered towards Republicans.
They're talking about this like there's something
winds
that could
of 100 miles per hour.
Yeah,
right.
8 months of drought.
They're talking about this like there's something the firefighters could have done to proactively stop this before it started. That's just not how it works. I mean, if you want to proactively stop this, you deal with the climate change issue. I mean, but they don't want to do that.
Or talk about it, or even bring it up.
It's also bizarre to think, like, California politics are the reason for the wildfire. Like, climate change is a global issue. Like, it's going to affect different regions differently. It's not just as if, oh, if California had the perfect politicians, then everything's solved. No, how about the rest of the country? How about the rest of the world? Like it's just it's an issue that's a global one.
You know.
I will say though, I do feel like California. Oh, I'm sorry, Mike.
No, I just said yeah. Go ahead.
I do feel like California could have done. I feel like LA did drop the ball in this situation. Like, I do agree. I 100%, especially as someone that worked on fires, I totally agree. 100 miles per hour wind with all the embers flying everywhere, dry vegetation, dry air, right? There's no humidity in the air. That's all the perfect storm for a fire. But also, they spent so much money on policing. I don't even know what the hell, like, what are the police doing now? Arresting looters? Okay, cool.
Did you see the video?
Shooting
Did you see the video of that attorney general who was standing in front of the embers? He's like, "We're gonna stop looting. Make sure no one loots. Yeah, loot the ashes. Loot the ashes. What are you talking about?" Like,
wait, that's what the right's running with. They're gonna deal with the looters. This isn't like
no, that's what I think he was. Was he the attorney general? Let me pull up the video. It's absolutely grotesque.
Yeah,
but
sure.
No,
what is
not a
it
right
loot?
runner.
It's all being burnt to ash. Like what's
I know,
loot?
and he's standing in front of ash as he says it.
He's like, "We're gonna prosecute every." Okay, dude. And then not only that, but the fire hydrants as well. They ran out of water. A lot of people think it's the rich couple's, fault, which partially yes, but also the infrastructure in LA hadn't been updated in so long that it was actually a water pressure issue. They were using too much water, and the pressure, it has to do with the pressure and the water basins that they have, but essentially they were using so much water and the pressure wasn't allowing it to fill up in time. And so when we're talking about from an infrastructure perspective to an over-policing perspective to just the sheer fact, I mean, I just saw a tweet from a woman, obviously I haven't independently verified this, but she said that the LA government had reached out to her and was like, "Hey, can we use the masks that you're crowdfunding and through mutual aid?" And it's like, if that's actually true, and the mayor's office or whoever's office reached out and was like, "Hey, can we use your masks that you're crowdfunding for old people and people with respiratory issues?" This is a disaster, and it kind of reminds me of COVID. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, we couldn't do much to prevent COVID. Obviously, it spread everywhere, but we could have done more to mitigate the impacts of it. And I just think they totally dropped the ball when it came to that.
I put it in the chat. It's the LA district attorney.
I'll bring it up.
And just FYI, Rebecca isn't here tonight. She was going to show up earlier, but there is a state of emergency issued in Georgia because on the other side of the country, there is ice and snow. It's just, there's chaos everywhere.
Go ahead. So I'm here in Pacific
Millennial
Palisades,
pause, right, Ariana?
I know, right? Go
Go
ahead.
My sister's home. She's lived here for a while, a long time with her family, and now this home, along with the homes in this street and this neighborhood, are just gone. I've been here for over 60 years. I've not seen devastation like this in my lifetime. I mean, you have to harken back to the 1990s when we were hit with the floods and the fires and the earthquakes and the riots to even get close to this. Now, I'm absolutely convinced that LA is incredibly resilient, and like it's done many, many times before, Angelenos will come back and build this back better than ever. But for the people who are thinking, the criminals who are out there thinking about taking advantage of this situation through looting or through scams or over the internet and preying on vulnerable victims, let me make it quite clear what's going to happen. The DA's office, working with law enforcement, is going to arrest you, they're going to prosecute you, and you will be punished to the full extent of the law. That's a promise.
The only tool you have is a hammer, essentially. Like, that's all you need to know how to do. Is basically like, and if any criminals think of doing crimey crimes,
yeah, I was just gonna say that.
You know,
when your only tool is a hammer, that you see everything as a nail. Like this is just how he thinks of every issue. It's just like, got to stop the looters that are not here, nothing happening, but that's the problem. Like,
inevitably.
No.
Wow.
The police need more money, by the way.
Man. Yeah, it's like people don't need to hear you fucking being tough on crime, acting like a big shot right now. Just shut the fuck up and be a leader. Step up.
Unless he wants to go after those predatory insurance companies that fucked everyone over, that would be nice.
Yeah, that's the crime.
right?
Yeah,
that's the actual crime.
There's a crime.
Also, I'm just kind of dead that there's literally like nothing behind him. He's just
I know.
like, what if people
Lord
are
of
gonna
Ashton
move
feels
behind
what
you?
are they gonna take?
That. Like,
And they couldn't even pause. They couldn't
The
even cut
palms
out
off the
first
charred
part.
trees.
yeah.
No, literally.
Yeah.
He's like, okay, go, and he's just like, right now. No, no, no. Oh my god, it's so embarrassing.
Any of you dangerous minorities thinking of stealing what's behind me, don't you dare come to my town.
Don't you dare
an
take this
idiot.
dust.
Yeah.
It's exhausting because there's just every single thing is politicized. Everything is turned into a spectacle when it's already a spectacle enough. And there's just never like there's no sense of community ever. It's just always division. And David's video today was so good. Everybody go watch that about the Republicans that were well, it pissed me off, but it was great because your commentary was amazing. But like the way that this is being spun by some people, like libs of TikTok, Elon Musk, as it's DEI, that's why it's happening, not because of climate change. It's so infuriating. Like everything that happens, there's some stupid angle. Like the movie Don't Look Up. Like I'm convinced that if there was an asteroid, there would be people that's like, I'm supporting the jobs that the asteroid would create. It literally in America, like they would unironically support the asteroid. Because that's just what our politics is. It's idiocracy. It's nonstop stupidity and grievance politics. It's so frustrating.
Yep. I mean, I guess that movie missed out on the racism because they probably would have been like, if you question the asteroid, then you're trying to say that like non-white asteroid stoppers don't get jobs or something like that.
True.
Did you see what Matt Walsh put out there? He's like, this was the fault of having non-white firefighters not getting job applications and stuff like that. I was like, what does melanin change here? How can
Not
you
to
make
mention,
your
like
brain
none
work
of these
that
guys
way?
mentioned that fire departments are having a hard time like filling positions. Like part of the reason to reach out is to tell people, hey, you don't just have to be a man to fill this job. Like you could, like it's the whole point is to increase the amount of firefighters that exist. But like
Absolutely.
they're looking at it as like, oh no, that's the reason why the fire is bad because a lesbian woman led the fire department. Like what the fuck? That lady, by the way, is like a 22-year veteran who saved like 8 people's lives during the other fire, or like a few years ago. Like her and her wife. Like it's so wild. Like this goes again to the idea like when all you have is a hammer, everything is a nail. Like this is just their answer to everything. Like, oh, it must be the DEI. It can't be the actual underlying problem here, which is the climate crisis and capitalism and the fossil fuel industry.
We can never talk about that. It's always got to be distractions.
Yeah, no, I agree. Also, firefighting has been historically not a very diverse field. Even in the department that I worked in, I worked with 60 firefighters on a daily basis. I was the only woman of color, and there was one guy that was a man of color out of all the 60 people. And I wasn't even a firefighter. He was the only one that came from a firefighter pass into the department. And then all the chiefs and everything on the field that I would talk to were all white cis men. So this whole notion that, if you would have hired more white men, like it's always been white men. Even if you look at the stats right now, it's still majority white men. It's a huge problem when it comes to firefighting, and they're trying to make it more diverse. So that's just kind of sad to say that.
Yeah, that is.
I don't know. You see a lot of diversity in firefighters around here. You got firefighters with big mustaches, firefighters with handlebar mustaches, firefighters with thick mustaches, thin mustaches.
There's bears, winks, otters. You get it all.
By the way, speaking of people wanting to be firefighters or whatever, did you see there was a clip of David Muir, I think from ABC News, where he was reporting, and then he turned around and he clipped his firefighter coat that he was wearing, so that way his jacket would fit him perfectly, and you could show off his pecs and muscles. It's so
I saw that. It is so embarrassing.
Yeah, like bro.
Like this guy's concerned about having a fitted firefighter's jacket while covering like a fucking wildfire. It's so. Let me see if I can find it. It's so just. It shows how in their own head these people are.
And like clipped it in the laziest way too.
Well, maybe he's trying to find love, you know.
As you can see her behind me, it's been
Look.
Look at
it. So embarrassing,
bro. Come
to
on.
do that. Oh my god.
Okay, let's find this disastrous spot. Okay, do I look good? Okay, actually, I want my tits to stick out a little bit more. Can we clip it?
Maybe he was just
Gotta show my
drying
pecs
his
through this
jacket after
firefighter's
a
jacket.
good wash, and he forgot to take the the laundry pins off. Okay,
I just can't
guys.
with these people. My God. Well, super chats.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. Super chat.
Everybody's tired.
I had planned to get out of here.
Wait,
like
last question, mostly for the Americans. What were your thoughts on Obama and Trump being frenzies today?
Oh my God.
Least surprising thing ever.
At the same time, it's like it's Jimmy Carter's funeral. Like, what is he gonna do? Like, fuck you. Like, what's he gonna fucking do?
Yeah, that's exactly what
He's sitting
he's gonna
beside
do.
him. Honestly, that bothers me. That bothers me less than like what Obama
hold
actually
the middle finger
did
out
or
the
didn't
whole
do while
time.
president.
You backhand him, all that shit.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
Definitely.
To me, it's a little overblown. Like there are worse issues than how he's sitting. How he's first of all, he probably didn't choose that spot. They're sat together for whatever reason. He's got to fucking deal with him.
Then
so
you
it's
fart.
just
You do whatever you got to do.
maybe he did. We don't know.
You improvise
the moment.
You're sitting
there
next
like
to
they're like
Trump, you shit your
legitimate.
pants.
There are legitimate, obvious criticisms of
shit yourself.
Obama that are necessary and good. That I feel like
say the more
distracts when we talk about like, oh, he's laughing beside him. Who cares?
The more amazing moment was because maybe Obama and Trump have talked shit about each other, but the more amazing one is Mike Pence shaking Trump's hand for the first time.
I didn't see that.
Trump tried to have him killed.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Well,
Mike
Pence's wife just like sat there and was like,
yeah,
fuck,
she's just
like,
sitting
no.
there. It's like not like ignoring them, and Trump and Melania come over and shake Mike Pence's hand. Yeah,
I saw
shakes.
liberals were sharing the clip of George W. Bush kind of snubbing Trump and like tapping Obama's stomach, like, oh, he just owned him. And I forgot which. I think it was Defiant Dad or whatever. He's like, I could watch this all day of Bush like snubbing. I'm like, girl, that's not that. It's not like there's nothing going on there. This is what gets you off.
Brooklyn Dad
W.
died on
Bush
Twitter, right?
Yeah. George W. Bush snubbing Trump, like they're the same. Like they're all evil.
That's the same guy who was like, MAGA is destroyed when Hillary Clinton got the Medal of Honor. I was like, no, they control every level of power, everything. They won. They won Monopoly. They have the whole board. How the fuck are you taking this as a win? Like MAGA.
He actually said that.
Oh yeah.
Does anybody care about the Medal of Honor?
He's insufferable. Like he's genuinely insufferable. I hope he sees this because I know that man is Middle Eastern. He has not said a goddamn word about Palestine. He hasn't said shit. I knew he was at the DNC. I was waiting to run into him so I could confront him very nicely. Don't worry, I wasn't.
You were gonna fight him, weren't you?
No, I wasn't gonna fight him. I was just gonna be like, dude, what the fuck?
You were about to assault him like Mike on a senior citizen.
You were gonna be super nice, and there's gonna be a video of it, and people be like, "Oh my god, look how nice she's being to him. How dare she?"
Not worth that. He's not worth that. No, I would have confronted him because he's Middle Eastern. He hasn't said a word about Palestine. He's very neoliberal coded. Everything. Oh my god. Do you guys know who Victor Shi is?
I think it's just like overt.
Yes.
I'm a Gen Z. Okay, thank you. Just let me have my.
I know who Victor Shi is.
Yeah. Okay, so he was going on a tirade today on Twitter and Threads, and he was like, "The LAPD didn't defund that. Excuse me. The city of LA didn't defund local fire. You guys are all wrong." Basically, doing a bunch of PR damage for Mayor Bass, right? And everyone was in the comments that they were like, hey, this has been fact checked. This has been fact checked. This is wrong. You're spreading misinformation. And he ended up getting a community note on Twitter, and then Elon Musk roasted him. So
really,
yeah.
Oh. Damn. Did you speaking of people on Twitter?
You need to even if you are the most like loyal in the wool Democrat, you gotta be able to fucking call them out when they are wrong. Like, come on.
Right.
Like,
I mean,
my God. Like
I can't handle that team sports bullshit where it's like, no, you know what, it's my team. They can never do no wrong, or there's never a reason to criticize them because Republicans are worse. Okay, well, Republicans are worse, but you can criticize them and you should criticize them. Otherwise, they're always going to be shitty.
Mike, what if they offered you a chance to get a photo with the president, your president, Joe Biden, and you can shake his fucking genocidal hand and smile and fucking
look
you
at
can
what's
post
his
on the
face.
social media?
Oh, I would do that in a heartbeat and be so proud of it.
Speaking of the medals, like you're talking about with Hillary, who's that celebrity chef again? Jose.
Oh yeah,
He
World Chef.
fucking went. He fucking went and accepted the I don't know if it was the same medal as Hillary, but a high honored medal too. And listen, I get if you feel like this is an opportunity where you have to go take it, but you can't fucking go as that guy and not say something or bring up that Joe Biden has been behind and supported what Israel did to your organization and the people you knew and trusted you in real life and were killed by Israel, by the IDF.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gross.
Anything.
It's
Also,
disgusting.
Hey, let
Biden
me
wouldn't
just say,
invite
the GOAT-
anybody that would criticize him. So
The GOAT, Lionel Messi, did not show up to receive his medal.
Period.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I from experience, I will tell you that anyone that's remotely critical of this administration in a way where it's actually impactful. I'm not talking about the people who are liberal and then they'll make one quote, or excuse me, they'll make one tweet and then they'll go back to being liberal. I'm not talking about those people. The people who are actually, holding them accountable, they don't get invited to the White House. They don't get to shake his hand. I was one of those creators that was blacklisted. I mean, they put in so much funding for creators. They had content houses where all these creators would make content together and they would party in these Airbnbs for a week. In all of the swing states.
Party ever.
By the way. Yeah, and it's like I was not invited. It's
would you have gone though? Would you have
No,
gone?
well, you know what? I was getting listen,
Because you get access.
It's about like I think, okay, first of all, it's FOMO because I'm like, okay, but also it's like it kind of like it's hard not to reflect on yourself and be like, was I not worth it, or was it because I spoke out? And deep down it's because you spoke out, but then a part of you is like, should I change? Like, is my content good? Is it not resonating? But then I talked to some of the agencies and they were like, yeah, we tried to put you up. They were not having it. They did not want anyone that was even remotely critical of this administration. So I mean, that's why we lost.
Ariana, you're invited to Genocide Joe's Summer Bash.
Just take it this way, Ariana. If you don't get invited, that is evidence that you're actually speaking truth to power, because they're not going to invite you. If,
you have a soul and you're a good person, and you don't have to live the rest of your life knowing you shook a genocide supporting fucking freak of nature. Like, that is so gross to me that we know people who are like fucking taking photos with him, taking photos after everything. Like, when we're this far in, I don't know.
Well,
was Pac-Man there too?
That's who I'm talking about.
Yeah. He also was during the I think it was the first hospital bombing. There was that big kerfuffle on Twitter. And it was like, no, it came from a militant group. It wasn't Israel. And David Pakman roasted people for saying that it was Israel that did it. And then, like, what? How many hospitals later? Not a peep.
Yeah, I know.
And he's just one person who did that. Like, nobody corrected the record. Nobody talked about the other hospitals that were banned, even though they said it was preposterous to assume that, Israel would bomb a hospital. Well, after they bombed so many hospitals, anything? Like, don't think we didn't forget. Anything?
Listen, I
think
no,
and that's why he got invited. So that's.
I think we all misheard. I think their big hang up was that Israel would have never bombed that exact specific hospital. All the other ones, they never said anything about that.
An important caveat.
Right.
Yeah, it's things are bleak, but you know what? We've still got movies and video games.
Oh, David just did a little goodbye there.
He said he was gonna go ghost.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling very good. Yeah, he said he was.
Oh yeah,
he was
was
possibly
sick.
gonna.
He was gonna go ghost.
All right, you guys want to start the super chats?
Sure.
Yeah. Sure.
Let's get it started.
Do we want to go one by one, or do we want to? Let me see.
I don't have a lot. I could read them while you're queuing them up. I have like 3.
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Rachel Atwood, thank you so much for the $5. A Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and a Pizza Hut. McDonald's, Pizza Hut. We were talking a lot about fast food. I assume that's what that's about, or you're getting hungry. But either way, thank you.
By the way, we should disclose this show is sponsored by McDonald's and Pizza Hut.
And Starbucks.
Yum. Right. Yeah, this is
and Sabra Hummus.
I appreciate everyone for the support. It's gotten us a sponsorship from McDonald's and Subway.
Sparks, thank you for the $10. They probably want Greenland for the rare earth minerals and to secure the Arctic shipping lanes as the glaciers melt. I would say the securing of the Arctic shipping lanes. Also, I think Trump just likes pictures and it's big on maps. So he's like large, big thing. I like that. And finally, Looney Tunes, thank you for the $4.99. Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, Anna and Jank, welcome to the Daily Wire Show. First question, will you confirm your two right-wingers? I mean, at this point, all I got to say is if you think that you have more in common with Charlie Kirk and you want to have a beer with him than Sam Cedar, then you've lost the plot. That's about it. That's
Oh, wait. Also, can I just
you're
say
a
something?
huge loser to want to hang out with Charlie Kirk.
Period. I don't know if you guys talked about this already. Did we talk about Georgia and the freeze that's coming?
No, I just mentioned it really quick so people know about Rebecca's situation.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why Rebecca isn't here for anyone who just tuned in late.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like if you guys want, you guys should cash app her or something because she just had to go buy fuel and a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Only if you guys want to the viewers.
Throw up her thing.
That's a great idea.
Everyone digging deep. Rebecca needs cash. She is fleeing. It's $ Becca's voice, $ Becca's voice on Cash App. Go send
we
Rebecca
just put
love.
hers up?
In the form of Cash App. Go Cash App.
Let me create a new one really quick.
Yeah.
Stop giving money to Matt Binder. Any money you were about to give to Matt Binder in any form, way, shape.
No, literally, this
man
is on for an hour talking about his super chats.
Yeah,
give to Rebecca and Matt Binder. That's
for his Subway.
Robin Hood
Subway
Matt Binder.
sandwich.
Yeah, it'll keep him healthy. He can't buy Subway anymore. Give it to Rebecca.
Yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick while we're going through the super chats because Rebecca did have to go out and buy a bunch of essentials like gas, and she had to go out to a different city to get gas, and we all know that's not cheap. So, you know, if you guys have a couple of dollars to spare, definitely go Cash App her.
Great recommendation. Yeah, good idea.
Give her a little extra so she could pick up a Subway sandwich on the way back home.
Schwillis, thank you for the $2, but send it to Rebecca. It's $ Becca's voice, and you can tell her in the message that you peed yourself. But I appreciate the message that you peed yourself. But send the money.
Why did they pee themselves? What was the?
It just says I wanted to say I peed my pants. So I don't know. The mystery will continue, but that's a super chat that should go to $ Becca's voice on Cash App. Go do it.
Yes. Ariana,
all right, I'm done. Go nuts.
I don't think I'm connected, but I can just go through them.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, and then I'll read mine, and then we can go through Matt's. We don't have too much, so we can get out of here pretty quickly.
Cool. Okay, Looney Tunes, my trusted. Before I go into this, I just started a Substack because TikTok is about to get nuked. So your girl was big on TikTok. Yeah. That stream of income is about to get fucking.
That's
You really
so
think it's gonna
sad.
happen? You really think it's gonna happen?
On the 19th, they announced it today.
Apparently, the Canadian Shark Tank guy is buying it. He already said he's just securing the last piece of funding.
Well, I don't know. Either way, it's not looking too hot. So I did start my Substack. I come out with articles every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. It's literally just www.arianajasmine.com. That's it. Like www.arianajasmine.com. It's totally free. Thank you. It's totally free. But if you want to support the Substack, you can do it for only $5 a month. So
nice.
Totally up to you. If you can't do it, you can still subscribe for free. So definitely come through. I write articles 3 days a week because I'm about to get my TikTok nuked. Anyways, Looney Tunes.
Sorry.
It's okay. Yes. Oh, thank you for pulling it up. Looney Tunes, you are such a great moderator. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the $5. Yes. I can't wait for your Twitch subs. Thank you so much. Andrew, stay safe, everyone. Thank you so much. I am fortunately in the Bay Area, so I'm not close to the fires, but yes, I hope everyone stays safe. Missing Futures. I have a channel. This is a shameless plug. Looking to hit double digits subscribers numbers in 2025. Okay, everyone. Go subscribe to Missing Futures if they're
wait, check out what the content is first. Do you know what it is first? Because this has happened to me before, and it was a really fucked up channel. So just check out the content before you plug it. But
I was about to say, if it's a Republican or it's fucked up,
I'll check really quick. Missing Futures.
Let me check really quick.
And then I will confirm.
Because I'm someone that would get bamboozled by that, to be honest.
We don't want to promote Missing Futures until we check out Missing Futures first. We don't want to say anything about Missing Futures on air before going to Missing Futures' YouTube channel. Just to be safe, folks.
A lot of stuff about woke.
Oh, God.
Yeah, woke is in every title.
Okay, well...
The Wokeatel, woke legs, woke in law, civil woke, woke midnight. The most woke year, an analysis of woke.
I see enough woke stuff that I'm a little bit not sure if you're being ironic or serious, so I'm not going to recommend, unfortunately.
Okay, well, either way, thank you so much for the $5.
I don't watch woke legs, though. I am curious.
Woke legs, yeah.
I think they're legitimate. They're just being like tongue-in-cheek about the titles and everything. They're not
woke legs.
Yeah.
I'm dead. Rachel, happy to be here with Ariana and the rest of y'all. Watermelon, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm so happy you're here too. Sorry I came on late. I had to go to the gym. I felt like my brain was rotting. Chris, $2. Never underestimate the ambition of imperialists. I totally agree with you. Kowalski, $5. Thank you so much. I know I say it every year, but this year I mean it. This year I find Bigfoot. If we have to deal with all the existential dread, so does he. You know what? You might be able to find him because he probably had to run from the fires. Andrew S., $5. Oh, yeah, the Pizzagate guy was shot today. What?
Yes,
the guy who stormed.
It's unclear what happened, but the guy who stormed Comet Pizza in 2016 with the gun and held everybody up, he was pulled over somewhere, and there was an altercation with police, and he has been killed.
No shit.
So who knows what he was doing this time around? Who knows what the police did wrong as well? But the guy who brought the gun to Comet Pizza to look for the kids in the basement has been killed in a altercation with the police. It's one of those things where nobody wins and nobody loses, right? I mean, it's just
crazy.
That's okay. Well, Mike, you asked for another cool death, so there you have it.
Damn, you all are savage. I would typically say this about like people with power or people. Oh no, whatever. I mean, people die every single day. You know what I mean in this country, so in the world. And what are you gonna do?
Yeah, Spam Tana. Hey, Ari, big fan. Spam, I love you. Thank you so much. LA politics is fucked up. LAPD covering for Bass. The disaster response is a result of neolib rule. Cut everything, melt homeless people. No, I totally agree with you. Like I said, I don't think there was much that they could do because of the winds, but you know, there was definitely a lot more mitigation that they could have done for sure. Thank you for the $5. Cyber Manifesto, $10 today on TYT. Chank yelled at a subscriber who criticized him for throwing trans people under the bus. I don't think Chank and Anna are coming back. That is just sad. Yeah, I think it's kind of a lost cause at this point, but we still got to call them out, in my opinion, because I feel like they're doing a lot of harm. Okay, Andrew S., $5. Had to spend some time today screaming at people who thought we could use the ocean water to put out the fires. That is actually diabolical. Using ocean wire to take out fires is actually so bad for the environment because it's so detrimental towards the environment. Yeah, terrible idea. Rachel, $5. Thank you so much. 10,000% because you spoke out. You were absolutely worth it. You weren't missing out on shit anyways. Oh, yes, the influencer party houses and swing states. I know. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. All right, that's it. Thank you.
All right. I guess I'll read mine really quickly. Thank you so much to Tin Man, Tyler.
Don't
Hacker,
forget to
and
unstar them, by the way,
members.
Mike. Mike, I'm sorry I'm interrupting you. Reread this, but don't forget to unstar them as you go through. So
okay,
it'll be quicker. Yep.
Oh, good idea. Good idea. Okay, thank you to Andrew S., Tyler Hackner, and Tim Min for being members for more than a year. 2 years, actually, for Tyler Hackner. And my first super chat here from Taco Facefart, $2. Humanist Report, greater than all other media ever made. Well, thank you so much. I'd have to disagree with that, but I appreciate the kind message. I think some media is better than the Humanist Report. Not much of it, but thank you. Thank you. Let's see. Next one here is from Ainsley. Thank you for the $20. Incredibly generous. I lost my place. Oh, here we go. Okay. Sorry, Ainsley. Here, Mike. Now you owe me a guest appearance on Timcast LOL. You should talk to Tim about things like capitalism, climate change, and who knows, maybe even AI. Also, Matt, I don't have a method for contacting Tim. I'm confused. I'm not the booking agent for Tim, but since you gave me $20, September 24th, be there a day before. He'll put you up, show up, and just say Mike sent you to the compound. Next one here is Bay Photo. Let me see. There's a couple of Bay Photos in here. Let me find the one for me. A lot of these are going to be for David also. So, oh, here we go. So, Bay Photo, family member lost their home in Malibu yesterday. I'm really sorry to hear that. Can't imagine what the insurance situation will be like. Companies have been canceling policies in UA, I'm assuming, in CA, I'm assuming. It's a real crisis created by greed. Yeah, policies. They could take the police too. Yeah, no kidding. Thank you, Bay Photo, appreciate that. Okay, the next one is going to be from, and thank you to Donald James and Charlie DeGinmer for being members. Let me see. Next one is from Autistic Goblin. Thank you so much for the member chat. I bet the salt spoon is a proof of concept for future commercial applications. Possibly. The next one is from Patrice Hubbard Bell. Thank you so much for the $20. Very generous. What do you think Trump and Obama were talking about at Jimmy Carter's funeral? Meanwhile, folk out here refusing to shake Kamala's hand. She is over it. She definitely didn't like that chummy-ish after the L's she's been constantly taking. Yeah, I saw that video as well. We didn't talk about this, but I don't know if you all saw it, where there was a lady who was being sworn in. I don't know if it was the Senate or the House, and her husband refused to make eye contact with Kamala, and she tried to shake his hand, did not shake her hand. It was very awkward and weird, and the dude was just obviously racist.
Listen, I don't know what's going on there. He's definitely giving her, he's definitely ignoring her or mean mugging her with his facial features, but maybe that's just how he looks. But in a wider shot of that moment, he's holding a cane with his hand.
Okay.
Again, I don't know. So I'm not gonna. You can't tell either way, honestly. But when she reaches out for the handshake, the hand that he would use to shake, he's holding a cane.
Okay. Well, maybe. The vibes were bad though, for sure. Let's see here. So the next one is from Omega. Thank you for the $5, Omega. Hi, Mike. I'm at episode 905 in Wano Arc now. The animation is incredible, and have you played Marvel Rivals yet? It's pretty fun. I am at 1007 in the Wano Arc now. For those who don't know, we're talking about One Piece, the anime that has 1 trillion episodes. I've not played Marvel Rivals, not really my cup of tea. I'm currently playing Rise of the Ronin. I played Indiana Jones. That was amazing. The next one is Andrea. Thank you for the super sticker. Really appreciate the $50. That's incredibly kind of you. It's a heart with a cheerleader jumping through it and going like this with pom-poms. Really, really kind. Thank you so much. Very, very generous. Let's see. Comrade Junkie. Thank you for the $10. €50. How am I supposed to follow that up? Anyways, I never catch the show live, but I love your channel and just wanted to say that thanks to the Leftist Mafia for introducing me to you. Well, hey, I'm so glad that you found me through the Leftist Mafia. Don't forget to follow all of these other lovely people. They're very good too. Thank you so much. It's a little confusing because the little star to remove the super chat is the same color as the highlight. So
is it really?
Yeah, it is. So it's throwing me off a little bit, but we did read this one. Thank you, Terry, letting us know about Anita Bryant's death. Very, very good news.
R.I.P. Bozo.
R.I.P. Bozo. LeBron, thanks for becoming a member. Appreciate that. We also have Zeitwise. Thank you for the $5.99. Has any one of you met each other in real life once or just virtually? The only one I met was David in real life. I've not met anyone else in real life.
I met Ariana.
Yeah, we've met each other in real life. That's why our beef goes deep. I'm just kidding.
they fought in real life.
Was that when both of you were getting dragged or J-ragged or J-ragged?
Yeah, the Jamal Bowman get out the vote event.
Right.
We were all a part of J-Reg's plot.
Yep. He do that. Wacky Canadians.
Never trust Canadians.
No.
We need to neutralize that threat and just take them over.
Take them over. No, they got to you too.
I'm just kidding. Okay, the next one here is from Sam. Thank you so much for the member chat, Sam. Good to see you. Did you all hear that disgraced director Brett Ratner is directing a Melania Trump documentary on Amazon? Seems like Me Too is dead. Yeah, I heard about that, and also that Jeff Bezos is throwing like 40 mil towards it or something. I don't know where I saw that. I'm not super in the loop on pop culture news, but yeah, it's disgusting. They're all bending the knee. Them, Mark Zuckerberg, and people who are shitty people like Brett are being rehabilitated. Really, really shit time that we're in right now. Thank you, Chris, for the $2. Famine, war, or evolution. Or revolution, excuse me. Yeah, that's in reference to Scott Galloway. I did a video about him today, and he's a multimillionaire who like understands that things need to change so that way he doesn't get eaten when people eat the rich. But he says like income inequality is something that corrects itself, but it's usually corrected by one of three things: famine, war, revolution, and people want a revolution. So yeah. Thanks for that reference. The next one is from Brian, $5. Thank you, Brian. Any words for Jimmy Carter on his day of mourning? I'm a mail carrier, so I got today off work paid. So far as I'm concerned, best president ever.
Wait, are you actually?
Huh?
Are you actually a mail carrier?
No. The chatter said that.
Oh, okay. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I thought you were saying I'm a mail carrier. Okay, sorry. I was surprised. I was like, wow, Mike is living a double life.
He wears many hats.
Mike's a mailman. He shows up with them short shorts right to your doorstep.
Right to your
My
door.
Hoochie Daddy shorts. Yeah.
Tells them about socialism, and then
everybody's thirsting. Get attacked
Hey,
by the Chihuahuas.
I back the blue. I'm a supporter of our U.S. Postal Service workers. 100%. So.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy Carter was a president. Thank you so much to Archangel for the $10.
Did no one else catch that? Everyone was delayed there. I just saw what he did right there, right away.
I'm saying a factual ass statement.
You're not wrong. He was indeed a president.
Correct. Archangel, $10. Thank you. I'm hoping, like with the Apple show Severance, once he gets inaugurated on 20 January, my mind blinks out in the I know zone out of life after that date, and then blink back into conscious on 20 January 2029. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. If you haven't seen Severance, amazing show. It's a dystopian workplace show. Very, very good. Second season coming out soon. Highly recommend it. Okay, the next one here is from Saber Sky. Thank you for the $4.99. Wasn't Canada responsible for the Geneva Convention? It doesn't matter because nobody respects it, so we don't get credit anyway. It's just there to make ourselves feel better. Unfortunately. not to be too doomer, but thank you, Nick Johannesson, for the $9.99. Very kind of you. Border Patrol is racially profiling and rounding up Latinos in Kern County, California. This isn't being reported much outside the county. It's really bad. This is a preview of Trump's mass deportation. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me at all. I think that if he really does go through with his mass deportation plan, there's going to be lots of citizens who are caught up in it. There's going to be a lot of racial profiling. If people are deputized to be like pseudo border agents or whatever, you could see a lot of people getting turned in who are completely innocent. It's going to be bad. So yeah, Nick, I think you might be right. I hope that you're wrong, but it's probably a preview of what's to come, unfortunately. The next one here is from Chris Corcoran. Thank you so much for the $5. Have you watched Transformers 1? I think it's a timely film about changing the system. Also, protesters in South Korea fly the Decepticon flag. I have not seen Transformers. I'll wait till it's on streaming or the Pirate Bay. But the protesters in South Korea, I know that there's like a portion of them that are emulating Stop the Steal. Like, they're literally printing Stop the Steal, and they're wearing red hats, so they're trying to do what Republicans did here, and President Yoon, the guy who tried to declare martial law and was impeached, he's, like, sounding increasingly Trumpian, so, like, look, the stupidity is spreading like a virus around the world, so I apologize on behalf of all Americans. I did not want this to get out, but the whole world is getting our stupid. They're catching our stupid, I should say. Okay, missed opportunity. Excuse me, Stevie, $2 says missed opportunity to rename it to the McRiz. Oh my God, yeah, Stevie, you have brain rot, but that's such a good point. I should have made that. Okay, Tara, thank you for the $2. Nice to see you, Tara. How does he eat pizza if he doesn't like cheese? Good question, Matt.
I like pizza, cheese on pizza. Mozzarella cheese is all right, and on pizza it's great. That's it, though.
Interesting. Cyborg Manifesto, $10. Thank you so much. Coffin Watch, oh my God. Rupert Murdoch, 93. Chuck Grassley, 91. Charles Koch, 89. Nancy Pelosi, 84. Dick Cheney, 83. Well, listen, I'm praying for them, okay? Wish them the best. Love them. See, Sam, thanks for becoming a member, and Sam also sent in a ginormous $100 super chat. My goodness, that is very, very kind of you, Sam. Really appreciate that. Have you seen Epic the musical? Sam, I have not seen any musicals. I don't watch musicals, so I'm so sorry. If you're hoping that I said that I was going to say yes, I really am sorry to disappoint you, especially because you sent in so much money. I hate musicals, actually. So I'm so
I love
sorry.
musicals. I have not seen Epic the musical though. Don't even know what it is.
Yeah, I've never even heard of it. Zia Spots, thank you for the $5. LAFT doing a great job for how vastly underfunded they are and how many of the fighters are underpaid convicts. Salute. Yeah, I saw that they were getting, like, convicts were fighting the fires and they were getting paid like $1 an hour or something. Yeah, don't even know what to say about that. It's just, there's a lot wrong with our country. Let's see. The next one is Adam Ilyav. It's throwing me off because I'm unstarring them too, which in the long run will be better, but it's disrupting my brain's flow.
Apologies.
No, it's a good
idea.
idea.
To do that.
It's a good idea. Okay, Adam Ilyav. Thank you for the $5. So let me ask the LADA, when the private equity firms come in to take advantage and loot the property owners, are you going to go after them too? Of course not.
Right.
Where are we at here? I saw Kowalski. He's up next. Where? Here we go. Kowalski, thank you for the $4.99. Idiocracy is a utopia. They found the smartest man in the world in a prison and made him the Secretary of Interior to fix their problems, and he did. That's true. It did have a happy ending. The next one here is going to be from Sam. Sam sends in another $100. My goodness, thank you so much. I don't have Cash App. Give to Rebecca or keep. I'll Cash App Rebecca. So just FYI, if you're trying to get money to somebody, YouTube takes 30%, I think it is, right? It's 30%. So 40. I'll Cash App her $70. But thank you so much, and I'll tell her it's from you. She'll be very appreciative.
Right. Don't forget, YouTube takes that 30%. I charge my generous 15% finder's fee. And then
I would never do Rebecca dirty like that, especially in a situation like this.
There's my additional 10% shipping and handling charge.
$1 for me, $1 for Rebecca.
One for you, one for me, 2 for you, 1, 2 for me, 3 for you, 1, 2, 3 for me.
No, I couldn't. Thank you, Joshua Keller, for the $5. As much as I appreciate thoughtful and well-measured Mike, Salty Mike is best Mike. Well, thank you so much. I'm glad that you appreciate my darker commentary. I don't know what to call it. Next one is from Mark. Mark Right-Handed Sith Smith. God, say that 3 times. $5, thank you. As far as the looting goes, scrap metal is worth a fair chunk of change, and so looting of scrap is a thing. Well, you know what? I hope that people loot all the scrap they can, just to spite that guy who did that video. That was really stupid. Tracy Eva, thank you for
I know people like steal like copper and stuff, but we're talking about like completely burnt down ash. Like they're like, I mean, I guess if you could sift through all that, you might find like something like that, but doesn't look very fruitful to me. But what do I know? I'm not a looter.
Yeah. I mean, people are desperate, but it seems like they're more focused on like protecting themselves right now. But I mean, I don't know, these people have no faith in others. They just think that the peasants are like constantly desperate and trying to take from them. They're just, they say a lot about themselves with these kinds of statements. Autistic Goblin, thank you so much for the $20. Really appreciate that. Mike, as a nobody with no lobbyists in pocket, how do I not get jaded? I have no anger left in me, just apathy. What does resistance or revolution look like when you have no platform and no power? It's hard to answer that question because I'm kind of just jaded at this point. Like, if you listen to my videos, I'm just talking about the problems, but like the solutions are very difficult to implement, even though we know what the solutions are.
I really thought you were gonna say I can't speak to that one because I don't know if you've noticed. I got like a couple 100,000 YouTube subscribers, so I certainly have the platform.
No, I mean, listen, even if you have a platform, I mean, it's great to have a platform. I'm very thankful that I am basically doing this as a job. But having a platform doesn't really make a difference. I've kind of come to the conclusion that you really can't change things. So what I'm trying to focus on is like helping people closest to me in real life and just enjoying the small things in life, just when you're watching TV with your family, getting dinner with, your loved ones. That's what I'm focusing on, because I just kind of I think after this last election, I just kind of broke inside and came to the realization that things probably aren't going to get better in my lifetime. So just be grateful for what I have and who I have and just survive. Just survive as much as you can. And that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I wish I had something more optimistic or rosy to offer you, but I'm going through it myself, so I genuinely don't know. I don't know what to say, unfortunately. I used to be a very optimistic person. If you go back to 2015 Humanist Report, when I first started, you see that little twinkle in my eye. I'm very optimistic about the world. Bernie Sanders was running for president. Now I'm season 4 Carol in The Walking Dead. I'm just spent. So I'm so sorry I don't have anything better to add to that. Okay, Chris Corcoran, thank you for the $5. The TV show The Boys has Homelander building prison camps next season. Chances Bezos will make them change this since he's now bowing to Trump. We'll see. Earth Creature, thank you for the $2. Matt stared at sex toys and overlooked Aptera at CES. Question mark? Did you overlook Aptera?
Well, actually, if you missed out on me saying I didn't see any of these sex toys, I just knew they were there. And then I talked to someone who did check these things out. In terms of Aptera, that's a automotive tech, right? I don't.
Oh, I was thinking like sleep apnea machine or something that's like smaller and portable.
No, so not my area of coverage.
Look, I would have looked at the sex toys just out of amusement, because it's tech and it's cool. And I have no life. I'm window shopping all the time anyway, so why not? I'll look at everything at CES. Let's see here. The next one is from Adam Ilyoff. If you are looking for a Substack, or a Substack name, try Unaligned. Oh wait, some Karen has it already and is screaming to speak to the manager of the homeless. God damn. I wonder who he's talking about. TC Dan 199. Thank you, TC Dan. You think Obama and Trump are BFFs now? I don't think that they like hang out in their off time, but I think they're very cordial with each other. They're both war criminals. They have a lot in common. So they're okay. They're like acquaintances that are friendly. Mr. Man, thank you for the 666. Hail Satan. Thank you. Hello, Mike. Hello to you too. Mark, right-handed Sith Smith. I nailed it that time. $2. Epic is about the Odyssey or Iliad or both. Okay, interesting. And then last but not least, I have one from Sam Roker. Sam Roker sends $200. That is insane, Sam. I mean, I really appreciate it, but stop sending me all your money. Don't break the bank. I really appreciate it, but please don't do this if you can't. Oh no, look at all this money going to YouTube because you won't watch the musical. Sam, you're too kind. Genuinely, I really appreciate that. Please, this goes without saying, don't send money if you cannot afford to send money, because I don't want you to feel like you have to buy me to get my attention. But I really, really appreciate it. That's very, very kind of you.
But it is for sale.
I mean, nonetheless, I will read every super chat. So, but honestly, thank you so much, Sam. That is really, really kind of you. Okay, with that being said, we are now to Binder, and since I unstarred all of those, it should be much easier. So take it away, Binder.
Let's do this. Is this one that you have up for me?
Oh no, I'm sorry. This is your. I think this is for you. This is the next one that I have, unless it's for David. There might be some for David mixed in.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. Oh wait, for this one's for me. Tin Man XL member for 19 months. Thank you so much, Tin Man. Andrew S member for 18 months with a super chat. Stay safe, my fellow Californians and Americans towards the east. Not affected yet by the fires, but it's bad. Yeah. Great Lakes Feather Company with a super chat. United States of North America is the most fascist thing I've ever seen as a geo nerd. 60 states, 18 territories. Who could stop Trump from this if he pushes? Yeah. Let's go to the next one. We got Andrew S with a super chat. I agree. F James Woods. Get the fuck out of California. You didn't have to censor that unless they don't let you do a super chat with a cuss word. Donald James with a super chat. Praying hands emoji for South California, right? Troy Mosin with a super chat. Need to jettison any establishment Dems in their next primary race out of Washington who voted on the Lakin-Riley Act.
By the way, just sent the $70, Sam, to Becca. And said it was from you.
Wanda M with a membership super chat, member for 18 months. Please bring Ben Dixon back on.
Yes.
To talk about his idea for collaboration of content creators and call to action after January 20th. Right. Sounds good.
I'd love to have Ben on. He's amazing.
Bay Photo with a super chat. Member for 18 months. Saw the stream of NVIDIA CEO introduced the 5090 at CES. Dude kept talking about AI like it makes the stock price rise half a point every time he says it. Yeah, I mean, that's what NVIDIA is coasting on. Well, not coasting is the wrong word, but that's why they're riding high right now because of AI.
Didn't their stock dip, though, after that press conference?
It might have. I mean, the stock market always does that shit.
Yeah. It doesn't mean anything, honestly.
Right. Like you have to fucking full on
actually
crash.
had stocks.
Right. Looney Tunes 9000 with a super chat. Here you go. Twitch sub coming soon. Thank you so much. Yeah, speaking of Twitch, being that there was the short couple of weeks of the holidays and everything, I think some people, or maybe they just don't want to do it anymore, but I think some people let their free Twitch subscription that they get with Amazon Prime lapse. So if you're not giving it to someone else, don't forget to use that Twitch Prime subscription. Otherwise, Amazon just keeps your extra money instead of giving it to me or anyone else you want to give it to who you watch on Twitch. Twitch.tv/MattBinder. Let's see. We got Chris with a super chat, member for 18 months. If you can't separate your personal morality from social expectations or communal ethics, you're not better than anyone. You are a conservative. Not sure if I'm too tired to understand what you're saying here, Chris, but are you able to parse this?
It's too deep for me to comprehend it. If I'm being 100% honest, I'm too tired.
I appreciate it though, Chris. I think
personal morality from societal expectations or communal. That's a lot. I feel like I'm just gonna take it as disrespectful.
It's like that one woke kid in a college class.
Yeah.
Andrew S with a super chat. Stay safe, everyone. Will do. Thank you so much, Andrew S. But I'm I think it's easier for me to stay safe. I don't know why I said will do. I don't think that was directed towards me, even though you did say a general everyone.
Yeah, Rebecca and Ariana in particular right now.
Right. Hey, it's really cold in New York right now. I'll say that. It's I think it said it felt like 8 degrees today with the wind. So, I mean, it's cold.
Damn.
And here I was coming from Las Vegas, stepped off the plane in JFK wearing shorts.
Oh my God, that was a choice.
KASC, this is not for me, but a $10 super chat to someone. I'm going to assume to David. David thanks you, I think. Or maybe he wouldn't. So just to be safe, you should send that money to me. The Eduardo, also not for me, but no, this one is for me. I take that back. Thank you, Eduardo. A $10 super chat for me from Eduardo. Thank you. Ad voice. Whenever I'm done debating Republicans over which part of the left is the worst, I like to reach for an ice-cold glass of Hulk Hogan's Real American Beer and toast to real American populism. I am a real American. Fight for your... Okay, thank you so much, Eduardo. That was great. Keegan Parkhurst with a $10 super chat too. But for Keegan, this is his first ever super chat on a live stream, according to YouTube. Thank you so much, Keegan, for allowing me to be your first. Fun fact, Thomas Higgins, the guy who pied Anita Bryant, is said to be the man who coined the term gay pride. Well, don't you feel stupid now, Mike?
I sure do. Yeah. Shout out to Thomas Higgins.
You just happen to not know that guy was like a friggin' LGBTQ icon, and you said, yeah, dude's probably a TERF now.
I'll look up his Wikipedia and educate myself, for sure.
Mm-hmm. You want to be really funny, though, if you look up his Wikipedia, and it says, Thomas Higgins, the guy who pied Anita Bryant, is the man who coined the term gay pride. He's also known as being the first ever TERF.
Oh, you know what? So he actually died in 1994 of AIDS.
There you
Really
go.
sad.
Don't you feel bad?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's crazy when we had that conversation, because I was going to bring up AIDS. I was like, a lot of the older generation, LGBTQ plus queer folks did die or get impacted by AIDS. But I didn't want to be too somber, so I didn't bring it up. That's crazy. I literally thought that.
It makes
I didn't even think about that, Ariana. It's kind of like one of the things that my generation didn't really have to think about as much.
Yeah.
But,
like the pie in the face, I feel like back then was just like a way of saying like, please don't, to the authorities, please don't come at me as if like I'm a danger to these people. But my purpose of doing this is very serious. Like I'm doing this to get a message across of the utmost importance because it's life or death.
Mm-hmm.
At least in that case, like he wasn't laughing when doing it. He was very serious about it.
Yeah.
And rightfully so. Missing Futures with a super chat. Is this to me too? No, this one isn't to me. I guess you just forgot to remove it.
Double the price for
Rachel.
I don't have access to my comments on StreamYard, so I think you're reading my super chats.
So okay, this one is. Oh, okay. All right, hold on. Let me just look for mine then. Sorry if you sent to David, because I won't be able to know. Did we read from Rex Trek, Ariana? Is that for you?
What does it
it's
say?
Not from me. Gay married boomer, 65 in Blue State.
I don't think that was for me.
All right, this might be to David. Rex Trek with a $10 super chat. Gay married boomer, 65 in Blue State. No kids, retired, own home, cars, money in the bank. So glad I only have statistically 20 years left on this rock. You poor young people. I apologize. Oh, you have to rub it in, Rex Trek. Jeez. Kowalski with a super chat. I think this is also for David. Unless it was for you. Was this for you, Ariana?
Was Ariana.
I read it.
Okay.
I already read it.
I think I didn't unstar hers. Maybe I just unstarred mine. I can't remember. I'm sorry.
All right. This one's from my dad, a member for 17 months. Don Jr. was accompanied by Charlie Kirk to Greenland. We're obviously not sending our best. Poop emoji.
Wow.
Oh, maybe. Why didn't Charlie Kirk, Jenk's BFF, invite Jenk to go to Greenland with him and Don Jr.? A little boys trip to Greenland.
Then they could get a beer.
I know
out
he
there.
would have taken it. He would have taken it within a heartbeat.
Little imperialist boy. Little imperialism for the boys. Like Tim Pool invited Emma to sushi with the boys. Hey, Jenk, why don't you go to a little imperialism with the boys? My God. This is for you, Ariana? Nope. Okay, this is probably for David and Nick Laffin. Strengthening the border by deleting the border. Archangel with a super chat. This one is not for me either, but Archangel's got one comment for me. I can see it. So Archangel says, Trump is literally starting a risk game with the world. Hopefully his dice rolling sucks, LOL. I think Greenland's one soldier can hold on. Andrew, oh, wait, you read this one. Archangel with a $10 super chat for me. Thank you so much, Archangel. Matt, you need to try fast food in foreign countries. As a military member, I've found that USA fast food is so much better in both Korea and Germany. Tastes so much healthier, plus the variety is better. Yes, I've heard that these US fast food chains have like crazier items on their menu, like actual foods that are considered delicacies, but like the fast food version of them instead of just like shitty thin little slab of meat in between two buns. Yeah, I gotta do that. Kowalski with a super chat. Matt's metabolism will slow one of these days. It will, and I'll be in for it. Let's see. Man Shovel with a super chat. Binder on pizza after saying he doesn't eat cheese. But I don't eat cheese. I really don't. Other than mozzarella on pizza or like mozzarella sticks. Basically, a cooked mozzarella I could deal with.
Do you like it, or do you just kind of tolerate it?
If you get like a bite that's like just like all cheese, it's okay. But like a nice slice with the tomato sauce like pouring out and a nice bite of the bread all combined, then the mozzarella cheese enhances the flavor and it's good.
What's some of the best pizza places in New York that people have to check out?
Sure, Domino's, Papa John's.
He is literally the worst person you could ask.
I'm just gonna say Domino's.
Like
probably.
the worst.
I actually, there's a pizza place that's in Flushing that a lot of people say is really good, and I like it. Called Lucia's Pizza. They're really good. There's another one in what's the pizza place
I love
called
Prince
again?
Street, but I know it's overhyped.
Again, I'm
Oh, did he freeze or did my feed freeze?
it's in
He
Queens.
froze for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it froze for me too.
Oh, okay. Oh no,
Matt.
he's getting taken down by Big Pizza.
Pizzagate.
Hey, did y'all hear? Speaking of Pizzagate, apparently the guy who was the Pizzagate shooter just got killed by the cops in a traffic stop randomly.
Yeah, we talked about that when you were.
Oh, really? I was
Yeah,
like,
when
that's
you
a
were
random
gone,
headline
somebody
to
sent
see.
in a super chat about that, and then we talked.
Oh.
About it.
I was just like, what the fuck? That's weird.
Matt, can you hear us? Matt.
I don't know why this is so funny.
Well, I got two new ones that I'll read while he is freezing or frozen, I should say. My brain is so cooked.
Me too.
Yeah, what happened to that? This is good.
Brady, thank you for the $10.
It's not good. Yeah, no, it's not good, but it's just random. Sorry, I'm still talking about Pizzagate.
Okay. How do you all feel about me as a trans populist progressive running for Congress in 2026? Would love to know your thoughts. I'm for Medicare for all, and I don't want a donation above $1,000. I think that would be awesome. I think that trans people need to run for Congress because there's literally just one person in Congress who's trans, and we need more. And preferably, we need some who are not Zionist. So I'm all for it, but just know that if you're going to run for Congress, the main thing you need to do is make connections with people in your community. I think that after the Bernie movement, like with the donations coming from across the country, that was good, but it kind of conditioned candidates to, at least like more progressive grassroots leftist candidates and ones that I talked to on my show, it conditioned them to like try to just raise money online. And that can help your campaign, but ultimately you can't win unless you make those connections face to face with people in your community. So just really focus on grassroots and don't deviate from that strategy.
Yeah, I would also say I think a lot of people, when they think about running for office, they think the first thing that comes into their mind is Congress, which is great, but there's nothing wrong with starting local either. There are so many spots locally that are uncontested, and it's very, that's how Jasmine Crockett started. She started local. So it's a lot of Congress people do it. There are those like anomaly cases like AOC or Maxwell Frost that just kind of go into Congress and they win, but that's a lot less, like, not to discourage you. If you want to go for Congress, go, but you can always move your way up to and make those connections in local government, and those people can help you with a bigger, federal bid too. So just putting it
it's also great experience too. It's easier to win a local election. And it's great experience. So yeah, it's a great recommendation from Ariana. Another one that I had was from it was another one from Brady. Okay, thank you, Brady. Thank you for the $5. This is also a thought, not something I'm pursuing currently, just asking around if it's a good idea. Appreciate and love all of y'all from Kentucky. Well, hey, I'm glad that you're thinking that, Brady. Just the fact that you have the instinct to act and not just like be apathetic is very important, because for me it's hard to like not check out. So I'm glad that you're doing that. Matt, are you back?
Am I back? I don't know. Do you tell me?
Oh, we can hear you.
Oh yeah, coming in smooth.
All right. So I guess we'll just move on from the pizza places, because I don't remember which ones you heard me say. It's New York.
John's, Domino's, basically.
No.
You were shut down by Big Pizza, Lance said.
Yeah.
They didn't like you plug in the Mon spots, so they were like, nope.
Right. All right, let's go to where are we even? I don't even know. bunch of these aren't from me. I'll just read them. Sam Roach became a YouTube member for whoever that's for. Did you read this one, Ariana? Oh, yes, that one is for you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll go through and unstar Ariana's real quick.
What about this one?
That's mine too.
We talked about this?
Mm-hmm.
This one's not for me either, but I'll read it. Chris with the super chat. It's such a lib take to think I can legally drone strike in a country. Obama's gonna be your Don Quixote. Kowalski says, soon you will know American freedom. Don't resist. Here we go. This one's for me. $10 from Cyborg Manifesto. Thank you so much, Cyborg Manifesto. Anybody else think it's weird that the Biden White House paid influencers like Mueller, she wrote, to cheerlead about Garland when Garland slow-walked the prosecution of a coup? Oh, so much of the shit we're dealing with is because Garland's a fucking derelict at his job.
Coward.
Terrible.
You want a funny Mueller, she wrote story, or Mueller, she wrote? As I interviewed one of the members of Mueller, she wrote, the one that got kicked out of the podcast like years ago, maybe like 5 years ago, and they were Occupy Wall Street, like, you know, pretty radical lefties, and just completely became like lib-pilled as they became more successful. It's really sad.
Wow.
There's no money in being a radical left, so that makes sense.
That's true.
All right, let's go to, let's see, we got Ryan Lennon fan with a member super chat, member for 18 months. David Pakman is worse than TYT because at least the rest of the left is making a big fuss about TYT. He gets away with it for the most part. Honestly, I think the reason for that is because I don't think the left is his audience. I don't think progressives are his audience.
And TYT is like an institution on the left. It's much bigger. Whereas David is, I think that his audience is much more centrist and liberal.
Yes. Like David Pakman has never been like part of like like when you talk about like, for example, like the lefty media that was like, someone brought up Occupy before when talking about the other White House influencers. Like Dave Pakman was never one of the guys who was like down at Occupy like other lefty media was. Like he avoided a lot throughout, like through his whole career of like covering certain lefty things, or at least covering it in a different way, I would say. You know, he's liberal media, I would say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's fair. I don't think he would disagree with that either.
Yeah. He's Howard Stern's favorite content creator, apparently.
And Howard Stern is a lib. Sometimes he has some good points. Makes it in a Howard Stern-y way, but ultimately he is a lib.
These aren't for me. Oh, wait, this one's for me. Looney Tunes 9000, final super chat of the week goes to Binder. Thank you so much. We also got... okay, this one is not for me, but if it's for David, I'll read it. Koru, member for 64 months. Jesus. No water to put out fires. Use ocean water, for goodness sake. We do that in BC. From what I understand, ocean water is not good for the soil.
You can't use it. You can't use it over the farmlands because you'll salt the earth, and that's
salt
terrible.
The earth. Yeah.
But, yeah. There's other areas where yes, you can use it. There's already like video footage of BC planes that actually volunteered for LLA and did some like ocean sweeps. You can do that, but those are usually done in like regions where they're like it's more crucial to try and cut off and curb a fire growth. Like there's also areas in forest fires in BC where they light fires. Like we start fires to try and have fires meet fires and burn out. So that's because things are just so like biblically out of proportion that this is better than say the consequences of salt the earth. But if you are in LA and you've got a lot of primary farmland, if you do that, like you're talking about a very, very long period of time before that'll ever be like land you could use again to grow crops. Like it's incredibly dangerous to do.
Yeah.
Like the conservatives who are all like, there's an ocean, they've lost their minds like completely.
Yeah, you don't want to do this.
Also, salt water can be very, very, very damaging to certain infrastructures. It can literally erode and damage infrastructure really badly. So at the end of the day, the net value is way lower than what it can offer.
Yeah.
Also, to the people who were responding to me being like, desalination, stupid. Desalination is a very energy intensive and slow process. And the water that was desalinated is already available in reserves or being sent to other regions of like, California, like San Diego and stuff like that. Like, you can't just be like, oh, turn on the desalinators. And then all of a sudden you have free flowing water that you can pour on the fires. Like, that's also kind of just wild.
I wish it was that simple. It's not.
I know.
Simple, unfortunately.
Like, people smarter than everyone here have thought of this. And like, it's an emergency.
Right.
All right, let's go to don't know who this is for, but Django Fett gave a super chat with a there we go. You said you were gonna remove all of these.
I can't.
That was a new one.
No, not you, Ariana.
That was a new one.
Oh, it was a new one.
Yeah, that was a new one, but I thanked them in the chat and everything.
A Scanner Darkly, is this for you, Ariana?
Good movie.
$20 super chat, I'm guessing for David. Had someone in my socials saying that California shouldn't get federal aid because its GDP is higher than most countries. I told them the majority of Californians don't benefit from that wealth. That's a very bizarre thing to... So countries that give less to federal aid should get more federal aid, and countries... states that give more to the federal government should get less federal aid, and then states that give less to the federal government should get more federal aid. That's what you're... I don't think it should even be looked that way at all. Everyone should get federal aid based on their needs. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I know that's not you. You said you had someone in your socials, some fucking moron in your socials. Earth Creature with a super chat, not for me, but no, really. Look at Aptera, reliable solar travel. I'll take a look at it. Founder of Apter, apparently. Godcat, this one's for me. Thank you for becoming a YouTube member, Godcat. Really appreciate that. Rachel Atwood, pie in Anita's face equals milkshake on Andy No's head. No, I think I think both were good. But the milkshake at Andy No's head was definitely meant to, like, I think it was a little bit more of a I think both a good act, but I think that pie in the face to Anita was much more serious. Oh, here you go, Mike. This is for you.
Well, thank you so much. Good for Gaby. 5 gifted memberships. Really appreciate that.
Probably Gabby, my friend.
Gabby. Okay. I'm sorry, Gabby. I said Gaby, like you were a gay baby. I did not mean that.
Who's this for? Is this for you, Mike?
Oh, yeah, that is for me. Thank you, Stevie, for the $2. Rest in pizza. Appreciate that.
All right. So I got a super chat from a $5 super chat from Mariano Rivera. Now, I can read it in the StreamYard, but it appears that he retracted it because it's retracted in my own YouTube channel super chat. So I'm assuming he does not want me to read it. So I appreciate the
If he retracted it, then that's fine.
And these are not for me. These are probably for you, Mike, or maybe David. Here you go.
This one is for David. Archangel, $5. Last one is for Ariana. After everything I've heard from Trump recently, these next 4 years will be so fucking wild. I really hope most Americans wake up before the midterms. I think that Democrats winning in the midterms, at least like one branch of Congress, is possible because we kind of go back and forth. We yo-yo every couple of years. So if things don't get better immediately, they will vote for Democrats. And Democrats have been doing really well during midterms because lately they've been performing better when like turnout isn't as high because Trump is driving non-traditional voters. So we'll see if we can make it to 2 years if no harmful ass policies doesn't get through. And as long as we can get that gridlock into place, we'll be good. And last one for Ariana.
Spam, thank you so much for the 5. Matt Binder and the other New York viewers saw Kyle Kulinski video on winter penis. Stay safe, fellas. Love you, Mafia gang.
I have no idea what
I saw a video about.
Does your guys' penis shrivel or something? Like, what's going on?
I don't know about other guys, but mine does not.
I mean, in the cold it does. But maybe that's what it was. I know Kyle did a video, I didn't watch it, about something called winter penis.
Oh, the
It
winter
might just-
penis, like the meteorologist image is shaped like a penis. Yes, there's a never-ending stream of those, like where every single time like a disaster is about to hit this area, and I'm like, that's a dick.
They always draw
Also-
dicks.
They always look like dicks. Yeah, I know.
Also, bizarre super chat. You looked at the 4 people still on the Leftist Mafia stream right now, and you're like, I'm sending this one to Ariel.
Poor Ariana.
I'm dead. It's okay. I know, Spam. It's all good.
I got a couple quick ones I'm just going to read that came in. Archituro, thank you for the MX50 something. It works for me. Log off, stop doom scrolling, help local problems. Networking actually helps. True. Schwillis with the $5. The previous super chat was my friend being a dork when I was out of the room. I didn't pee my pants. Well, hopefully you also sent the money to Becca's Voice. $ Becca's Voice for anyone who can help. And Minnie T, thank you for the $2. I don't have much to give to kids with disabilities. Single mom, please. You don't have to give anything. Just take care of the kids. Like Mike says, if you're having a hard time, don't donate. Just be present, and everyone's more than happy. And did any of you want to raid the account that got deleted today by Elon Musk because he loves censorship? Link to the Pabst.
Yeah.
What happened?
Okay, so there's this awesome account. It was at Airbagged. I made a tweet about it that I actually did some numbers today. But they are basically one of the nightmare accounts on X for all of the fake gamers who concentrate all their arguments about this game sucks because of woke, DEI, black woman protagonist, indigenous person, and he was basically a nightmare for all those people. Like Grums, etc. would always ratio them. Just got nuked off X, but he's streaming right now. I don't know the reason fully. People are saying it's because of a GIF where he was smashing Grum's face with a hammer, but it was a GIF and it's a popular internet meme. I don't know if that's fully the story.
Wow.
But either way, if you want to raid them on Twitch,
let's raid
I
them.
put the
What's
link in chat for the name in chat. If any of you don't know how to spell it.
Okay, perfect. I will copy that.
Oh, that's a cool. That's a clever username.
That is.
All right, before we go though, I just want to say, because this is the first stream with Mike and Lance of the year, it is a pleasure to be starting a new year doing this show, and I'm looking forward to the year ahead, regardless of what happens, because I've been having fun doing this with you guys. Yeah,
I tip my hat to you, sir. Thank you.
I love
you.
y'all. I love you.
Yeah. I genuinely enjoy Thursdays just because I get to hang out with you all. Sometimes we don't talk about substantive things, but just being able to like kick it with you all and just, get some catharsism in the fact that we all acknowledge that the situation is trash, but at least we're here having fun. It does make me feel a little bit better. So yeah.
Yeah, same. I love it here. Thanks, guys.
Same.
All right, let's
friends.
do this. Hold on, don't wait. We gotta do it at the same time so we get the ultimate effect of the.
You gotta do it fast.
Oh my god!
Like 15
this would be a
seconds left.
quadruple raid, right? Are we all on Twitch right now?
Yeah,
All right,
mine's gonna auto do it in a second.
All right.
I got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Okay, ready to go.
Bye, friends. See you next week.
All right.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye, guys.